cabinet woodworking shop may be classified as a hazardous location depending on combustible materials and potential ignition sources. The specific classification hinges on the conditions present. Regarding dust, Class 2, Division 1 refers to combustible dusts that are metallic. This includes magnesium, aluminum, and titanium. Woodworking dust is not considered a metallic dust. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, classifies hazardous locations into three classes. Firstly, Class 1 deals with flammable gases, vapors, or liquids. Secondly, Class 2 concerns combustible dusts. Thirdly, Class 3 involves fibers or flyings. Woodworking shops are not explicitly classified as hazardous locations under the NEC. However, they can be classified based on specific conditions. A Class 2, Division 1 classification is applicable if the woodworking operation produces substantial quantities of combustible dust that could accumulate and become suspended in the air. Class 3, Division 1 classification is fitting if the woodworking operation produces fibers or flyings that could accumulate and be easily ignited. In the scenario presented, classifying the cabinet woodworking shop as a Class 2, Division 1 location seems inaccurate because woodworking dust isn't a metallic dust. Several publications can aid in classifying the location. These include the National Electrical Code, NFPA 484 Standard for Combustible Metals, NFPA 654 Standard for the Prevention of Fire and Dust Explosions from the Manufacturing, Processing, and Handling of Combustible Particulate Solids, and NFPA 499 Recommended Practice for the Classification of Combustible Dust and of Hazardous Classified Locations for Electrical Installations and Chemical Process Areas. The NEC provides the foundational requirements for electrical installations and hazardous locations. It details the different classes, divisions, and zones, offering guidance on selecting appropriate equipment and wiring methods for each. NFPA 484 focuses specifically on combustible metals, offering comprehensive safety standards for their handling and processing. It addresses fire and explosion hazards associated with these materials, providing requirements for ventilation, dust collection, and other safety measures. NFPA 654 expands on the general principles of dust explosion prevention. It is focusing on the manufacturing, processing, and handling of combustible particulate solids. It covers a wide range of materials beyond metals, offering detailed guidance on hazard assessment, dust control, and explosion protection systems. NFPA 499 provides a recommended practice for classifying combustible dusts and hazardous locations in chemical process areas. It offers a systematic approach to evaluating the hazards associated with different dusts, considering factors such as particle size, moisture content, and ignition sensitivity. These publications work together to provide a comprehensive framework for understanding and managing the risks associated with combustible materials in various industrial settings. Consulting with a qualified electrical engineer or safety professional is crucial for accurate classification and implementation of appropriate safety measures in a woodworking shop. The proper classification of hazardous locations is paramount for ensuring safety and preventing fires and explosions. Understanding the different classes, divisions, and zones is essential for selecting appropriate electrical equipment and implementing necessary safety measures. Combustible dust pose significant risks in woodworking shops and other industrial environments. These dusts can accumulate and become suspended in the air, forming explosive mixtures that can be ignited by sparks, heat, or other ignition sources. Effective dust control measures are crucial for preventing dust explosions. These measures include proper ventilation, dust collection systems, and regular cleaning to remove accumulated dust. Electrical equipment used in hazardous locations must be specifically designed and certified for use in those environments. This equipment is designed to prevent ignition of flammable gases, vapors, or dusts. Regular inspections and maintenance of electrical equipment are essential for ensuring its continued safe operation. Workers in hazardous locations must be properly trained on the hazards associated with their work environment and the appropriate safety procedures. This training should include information on combustible dust, explosion prevention, and the use of personal protective equipment. By implementing these safety measures, woodworking shops and other industrial facilities can significantly reduce the risk of fires and explosions, protecting workers and property. The NEC, published by the National Fire Protection Association, is a widely adopted standard for electrical installations in the United States. It is updated every 3 years to reflect the latest advancements in technology and safety practices. NFPA standards are developed through a consensus-based process involving experts from various industries, government agencies, and research organizations. These standards are based on sound engineering principles and practical experience. Adherence to NFPA standards is often required by local building codes and insurance regulations. Compliance with these standards can help to ensure the safety and reliability of electrical installations. In addition to the publications already mentioned, other resources can provide valuable information on hazardous location classification and safety. These resources include industry associations, government agencies, and safety consultants. Consulting with experts in the field can help to ensure that the correct classification is assigned and that appropriate safety measures are implemented. Continuous monitoring and assessment of hazardous locations are essential for maintaining a safe working environment. Changes in processes, materials, or equipment can affect the classification of a location and necessitate adjustments to safety measures. Regular audits and inspections can help to identify potential hazards and ensure that safety procedures are being followed. By taking a proactive approach to safety, woodworking shops and other industrial facilities can minimize the risk of accidents and create a safer workplace for their employees. Remember that proper classification and adherence to relevant standards are not just about compliance. It is about protecting lives and property. Investing in safety is an investment in the long-term success of any business. Furthermore, staying informed about the latest developments in safety technology and best practices is crucial for maintaining a safe and efficient operation. Participating in industry conferences, attending training courses, and subscribing to relevant publications can help you stay up to date on the latest trends and innovations. Collaboration and communication are also essential for creating a strong safety culture. Encouraging workers to report potential hazards and participate in safety committees can help to identify and address safety concerns proactively. By fostering a culture of safety, you can empower your employees to take ownership of their safety and the safety of their coworkers. In conclusion, the classification of a cabinet woodworking shop as a hazardous location requires careful consideration of the specific conditions present. While woodworking dust is not considered a metallic dust and does not fall under Class 2, Division 1, the shop may still be classified as a hazardous location under Class 3, Division 1 if it produces fibers or flyings that could accumulate and be easily ignited. Consulting relevant publications and qualified professionals is crucial for accurate classification and implementation of appropriate safety measures. Fire marshal's classification in the provided scenario appears to be incorrect, highlighting the importance of thorough assessment and adherence to established standards. Prioritize safety and create a proactive approach to maintain a safe working environment. Consider the following points for a woodworking shop hazardous location assessment. Firstly, identify all potential sources of ignition such as electrical equipment, open flames, and static electricity. Secondly, assess the types and quantities of combustible materials present, including wood dust, sawdust, and finishing materials. Thirdly, evaluate the ventilation system's effectiveness in removing dust and other airborne contaminants. Fourthly, inspect the dust collection system to ensure it is functioning properly and that it is properly grounded to prevent static electricity buildup. Fifthly, review the electrical wiring and equipment to ensure they are properly rated for the hazardous location. Sixthly, implement a regular cleaning schedule to remove accumulated dust and other combustible materials. Seventhly, provide adequate training to employees on the hazards associated with woodworking operations and the proper safety procedures. Eighthly, establish a written safety plan that outlines the procedures for preventing fires and explosions. Ninthly, conduct regular safety audits to identify and correct potential hazards. Tenthly, consult with a qualified safety professional to ensure that the woodworking shop is properly classified and that all necessary safety measures are in place. By following these steps, you can create a safer working environment for your employees and reduce the risk of fires and explosions in your woodworking shop. This also involves establishing a comprehensive dust control program. This program should include procedures for containing dust at source, such as using dust collection systems on woodworking machinery. It should also include procedures for cleaning up dust spills and preventing dust from accumulating on surfaces. In addition to dust control, it is also important to manage other potential hazards in the woodworking shop, such as flammable liquids and compressed gases. These materials should be stored in approved containers and handled according to established safety procedures. Compressed gas cylinders should be properly secured and labeled. All employees should be trained on the hazards associated with these materials and the proper procedures for handling them. Remember that safety is an ongoing process. It requires continuous monitoring, assessment, and improvement. By taking a proactive approach to safety, you can create a culture of safety in your woodworking shop and protect your employees from harm. A key aspect of maintaining a safe woodworking shop is to ensure that all electrical equipment is properly grounded. Grounding provides a path for electrical current to flow safely to the ground in the event of a fault. This helps to prevent electrical shocks and fires. All electrical outlets and equipment should be properly grounded. Grounding conductors should be properly sized and installed. Grounding systems should be regularly inspected and tested to ensure they are functioning properly. In addition to grounding, it is also important to protect electrical circuits with fuses or circuit breakers. These devices are designed to interrupt the flow of electricity in the event of an overload or short circuit. This helps to prevent electrical fires and equipment damage. Fuses and circuit breakers should be properly sized for the circuits they protect. They should be regularly inspected and tested to ensure they are functioning properly. Proper housekeeping is another essential element of a safe woodworking shop. Clutter and debris can create tripping hazards and can also provide fuel for fires. Work areas should be kept clean and free of obstructions. Materials should be stored properly and in designated areas. Waste material should be disposed of properly and regularly. Good housekeeping practices can significantly reduce the risk of accidents and injuries in the woodworking shop. Finally, it is important to emphasize the importance of personal protective equipment, or PPE. PPE is designed to protect workers from hazards that cannot be eliminated or controlled through other means. Common types of PPE used in woodworking shops include safety glasses, hearing protection, respirators, and gloves. Safety glasses protect the eyes from flying debris. Hearing protection protects the ears from excessive noise. Respirators protect the lungs from dust and other airborne contaminants. Gloves protect the hands from cuts, abrasions, and chemical exposure. Workers should be properly trained on the use and maintenance of PPE. PPE should be inspected regularly and replaced when it is damaged or worn. In addition to the general safety measures discussed above, there are also some specific safety considerations for certain woodworking operations. For example, when using power tools, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Power tools should be inspected before each use to ensure they are in good working condition. Safety guards should be in place and functioning properly. Power tools should be used only for their intended purpose. When working with wood finishing materials, it is important to use proper ventilation. Many wood finishing materials contain volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, which can be harmful to your health. Ventilation helps to remove VOC from the air and reduce the risk of exposure. Wood finishing materials should be stored in a well-ventilated area. Workers should wear respirators when applying wood finishing materials. By following these specific safety considerations, you can further reduce the risk of accidents and injuries in your woodworking shop.